That is the first part to Stevie Ray Vaughan's Riviera Paradise. It's a song that maybe a lot of people have never heard before. I heard it on the radio many years ago, and it was not a song that you really heard of Stevie Ray's on the radio. You know, obviously Pride and Joy was probably his biggest radio hit. But I heard that song, and man, what a hook. And so I ended up buying the CD and wearing the song out because it is a great song. It's got one of my favorite piano solos in it of all time. Don't get me wrong, I'm a guitar player and I love Stevie, but I'm also a keyboard player, and I love Reese Winans, who played keyboards, you know, Hammond B3 and piano with Stevie Ray and Double Trouble. Not throughout his whole career, but like later in his later years. So yeah, Reese Winans, check that song out, Riviera Paradise, fantastic song. I love it. I know some of those chords were a little funky, and probably a lot of you that have never tried to play it are going, what were you doing? So I will talk about it a little bit. Try to get a little close up here. So I'm at the 10th fret. I have a tremolo bar to do this too, by the way, and I am in between the neck and the middle pickup. One, it's quieter because they're hum canceling, and two, it just has a really sweet sound. I've got my tone rolled back about halfway for that combination too. So I'm just kind of doing like an arpeggio. I'm playing a chord, but I'm really doing an arpeggio where I'm actually hitting the individual notes and not just, so that would be like playing the chord. So you notice I'm kind of raking down the strings a little slow so that you actually hear all three notes individually. It's a tough little spread. I've got my pinky on the 7th fret, and then my pointer finger, I'm actually on the 4th fret. Then I come up here and it's like, it gets a little tricky there. Okay, so we're gonna go to the 6th fret. So after we do this, gonna work the tremolo there and let it fade a little bit. Don't be in a hurry to play this, you know. And then you come to the 6th fret and you bar across all three of the bottom strings. Chords from, you remember Lenny from Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now the next part, pay real close attention to, because I think these are the coolest chords in the whole song. I think we got a major 7th chord here. But the way you play that, you really have to bar across these 4 strings here at the 7th fret. And the other 3, you kind of have to do you know, the rest of the chord with those. I'm sorry. Let me do that again, slow motion. So that's a chord. I'm just striking individual notes. So we're going to do that major 7th chord here. We're going to bar. I like to bar across here. That way I can just lift certain fingers here when I'm transitioning to the chords that are there, the ones that follow after. Ooh, what was that? There we go. Now I'm going to lift that one, just leave the pinky behind. That chord right there. First time I heard that chord, I was like, what did he just do? Could not make it out, but after a little careful listening and experiment, I finally figured it out. So I think if you just listen to what I'm doing there, you'll be able to figure it out. I don't have time to do the whole song. It's a tricky one. The solos, I never really did learn how to play. I really want to learn that awesome piano solo. Look, if you've never heard this song, go listen to it. Listen to the studio recording, the piano and the organ. Listen to the Hammond B3, how Reese just lays down some really fat chords and he works the Leslie back and forth and his volume pedal. And man, he's just a brilliant organ player and I love what he does. But then when he goes to the piano solo, wow, it really knocked my socks off. It's very complex and very unique, and but it's slow. It's like slow blues. I've never heard anybody play a piano solo quite like that in my life. So go check it out. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Riviera Paradise. Have a good night.